Let me just edit. Let me edit this again. Switch it up. What I'm gonna tell you is the difference between the two. Alright, Shalom, y'all. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to the Akim out there, spreading this truth like wildfire. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners who look like the other nations, but their spirit bird witness. Shalom to Israelite foreigners who look like the other nations, but the spirit bird witness that they're the children of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And shalom to the real sisters out there. Alright, this live is gonna be about the two different types of Gentiles. First off, it's gonna be about that. And then I'm gonna go on. First, I'm gonna go into that. I'm gonna go into how this man, Esau Edom, is truly the devil that the Bible speaks of. If this does not convince you that this man is the devil, then I don't know what will. But first, I'm gonna go into the two different types of Gentiles, because you so-called Christians, y'all like to say, oh Yahweh Shem Yahushai, who you call God, who you ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ. You ignorantly say that those are his names when God is a title, and Jesus Christ is not even his name. Jesus is Greek, first of all. Second of all, the letter J didn't exist back then. Christ is a Greek title, and Jesus is there's a Greek name and Greek title. Come on. Yahushai, he was a Hebrew Israelite of the tribe of Judah, of the seed of David, and he was in touch with his heritage. His parents kept the law. Come on. But anyways, let me go into these two different types of Gentiles. Hey, because you so-called Christians, and namely number one scoffer, number one hater of GMS and like-minded Akim Vocab Malone. He likes to say that all nations can be saved. Because he points to the scriptures talking about the Gentiles. But I'm gonna show you, once and for all. This can't be stressed enough. Me and other brothers have gone into this, but I'm gonna go into it again. Because maybe some of y'all need another confirmation. I know sometimes it be like that. You need another confirmation. Some people, or some topics, you need another confirmation in order to get it. So, yeah, I'm going to Isaiah. It's actually Isaiah 11 verse 10, but 11 and 12 also goes into that. Really 13 as well, because all of us, I'm gonna go into it. I'm gonna just start reading it. Verse 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people, to wit shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. So in that day, there shall be a root of Jesse, that's Yahushai, because David came from Jesse. David was Jesse's son, and Yahushai, came from that lineage of David. All the way, David, Solomon, his son, all the way down to Joseph. He came from that line. And it says, which shall stand for an ensign of the people, to which shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. I want you to remember what it says in this verse, talking about, because it talks about Gentiles, right? But we're going to see what type of Gentiles Yahweh Shem Yahushai was telling us about. Verse 11, what type of Gentiles are going to get that rest from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Verse 11, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. Okay, so after it talks about Gentiles, after verse 10 talks about Gentiles, what does verse 11 talk about? And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall set his hand second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from these different heathen nations, from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamad, and from the islands of the sea. So our people that was scattered in these different nations, these different heathen nations, going into their customs, looking like the heathen, talking like the heathen, looking like them, well, talking like them because acting like them, practicing their customs. Our people became so heathenized that they started to look like these heathen that they were scattered among. Verse 12, and he set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. So, the outcasts of Israel and the dispersed of Judah have been scattered to the four corners of the earth, the north, the south, the east, and the west. They've been scattered among these heathen nations. Some of them being named in Isaiah verse 11. Isaiah verse 11 is actually specific about the different nations where they were scattered to, but Jake was scattered everywhere to the four corners of the earth. Verse 13, the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off, because both Ephraim and Judah are being gathered together, both from where most of us are in captivity in the modern day Babylon, which is also modern day Assyria and modern day Egypt, and also where, and of course, where the northern kingdom went, with a bulk of them to Arsareth, but also to wherever they were scattered. They were scattered too. They're being gathered together. And that's why Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. And so just by those verses, you can tell which Gentiles is talking about in Isaiah verse 10, and which Gentiles are going to receive that rest. Because on the other hand, in Jeremiah 4 verse 7, Jeremiah 4 verse 7, it says, the lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. Wait, hold up. I thought Yahweh Shem Yahushai was coming to save the Gentiles. But what Gentiles was it talking about here? It must be a different type of Gentiles that's spoken of in Isaiah chapter 11 verse 10 to 13 than the Gentiles that are spoken. He is gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate, and thy cities shall be laid waste without an inhabitant. So I thought the Gentiles were going to get rest, but these Gentiles are obviously a different type of Gentiles than the one spoken of in Jeremiah 4 verse 7. These Gentiles, because these Gentiles are really not Gentiles, the ones that are going to get that rest. They're actually Israelites. And these Gentiles are actual Gentiles. No, you Gentiles. Yeah. But who sent Paul? Yahweh Shai. Let's see what they said about Yahweh Shai going to the Gentiles. They said something that was real interesting. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Looking for that verse. Alright. John chapter 7 verse 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go to the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? So notice the wording here. Will he go to the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? Now, who was we just reading about in Isaiah chapter 11 verse 10 and 13? To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And then it went on in verse 11 to talk about, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. From Assyria, from Egypt, that shall be left, from these different nations, from Assyria, from Egypt, from Pathros, from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. As well, just from the four corners of the earth, the outcast of Israel and the dispersed of Judah. So as you can see, it's the same. These are the Gentiles that are being spoke of here, which our people knew of them. They were what? What happened to them? What happened to them? They lost their heritage. That's what happened to them. The elder Yashawamba was actually going into this earlier, and I felt inspired, I felt inspired to go into it as well. Let me go to, it's in Hosea. Well, I felt inspired to go into it further, basically. And it's in, bring out that verse, Hosea. These are scriptures that, well, maybe some of them you don't learn right away, but, this basically should be Israelite 101, basically. But, our people don't think of these things. They don't consider these things. Our people that's into so-called Christianity, following people like Hocab, no class, Hocab, slow cab, no class, no swag, Malone full of baloney, because his actual name is Riser, is Agent Riser, following people like him. then that's why our people go off, go into this so-called Christianity. That's why they do it. And yeah. See what I'm going to. Yeah. See, I'm gonna bring out the first. Yeah. Verse Hosea chapter 1 verse 9. Then said Yahweh call his name. Then said Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, call his name Lo Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. Yet the number of the children of Israel, verse 10, shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power. And let me go into why that happened, because if you go into the story, if you go into this chapter of Hosea, actually, if you go into this chapter of Hosea, it tells you that Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he told Hosea the son, Hosea the prophet, he told Hosea to take unto him a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms. And verse 2 says, for the land had committed great whoredom, departing from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So he took a wife of whoredom. Verse 3, so he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim, which conceived and bare him a son. So he went and got a wife of whoredoms that was conceived and bare him a son. And verse 4 say, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai said unto him, call his name Jezreel, for let a will while, and I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu, and I will cause to cease kingdom of the house of Israel. That goes into something else. Verse 6. And she conceived again and bare a daughter, and Yahweh said unto him, Yahweh Shem Yahushai said unto him, call her name Lohu Rama, for I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away. Verse 7, but I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, because this was the time that the northern kingdom was about to be taken into captivity, and will save them by Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai their power, and also the tents of Judah are going to be saved first. I will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, not by horses, nor by horsemen. That's cut. That's a cut to the so-called Jews, because what happened? How the so-called Jews, the so-called Jews claim to be Judah, but how were they so-called saved from the hands of the Germans, the Tammanites? Esau invaded. Esau invaded Babylon, Britain, and France. Eventually France, Babylon and Britain, and the Soviets from the east. And then eventually France. So they were saved by bow and by sword. and by horses and horsemen. They were saved by, that way, That's a cut to the so-called Jews saying that they're the real Jews. But anyways, and then also Esau, Edom, the British Edomites took the land of Israel from the Ottoman Turks, which were also Edomites, and they issued out the Balfour Declaration, putting them in that land. There's two ways, and then the state of Israel came about through that. That was how that set that in motion, and then the state of Israel, was recognized, and after World War II and that so-called Holocaust, it's a lot of scripts that prove that wrong, but that their claim that they're the real Jews, but this is one of them that proves them wrong, because they were saved by the sword. You go into this story, and Adolf Hitler used a Rothschild himself and all that. Man, come on now. Which they're so-called Jews. Come on now. Alright, but anyways, back on the subject. Now, when she had weaned Lohu Rama, she conceived and bare a son. Verse 9. Then said Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, call his name Lo Ami, for ye are not my people. Okay, so that's how that came about, and that will not be your power. So if they are said, if Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai said, if ye are not my people, and that will not be your power, and this was to the northern kingdom, then what did they become? Gentiles. They spiritually became Gentiles. They got cast out. And they was told, ye are not my people. But but Paul, if you look at what Paul said in Romans chapter 9, when he says that Yahweh Shai came for Israel and all the covenants, both of them, and the glory and the adoption, the adopting back, right? The adoption, the glory, and the covenants and the giving of the law all belong to Yasharallah. In that same chapter, Paul quotes Hosea in verse 25, as he said also in OC, which is Hosea, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. Verse 26, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living power. So there you go. The Gentiles that he was talking to are clearly Israelites, based on that reference. Because in verse 24, she says, even us who he had called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles. And then it tells you who is he talking about? Who is he talking about? And also, verse 27, even this, Isaiah also cries concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. And then what does it say? Isaiah also talk about that, because it cries concerning Israel. So both him and Hosea Hosea said that they be as the sand of the sea as well. A remnant shall be saved. So basically, yeah, it's that remnant. It's that remnant. That's the elect. The 1/3 that was scattered. That was scattered to the four corners. And this is talking about Ephraim. This is talking about Ephraim. But Judah is also was also prophesied to lose their heritage. Hey, and even the next few verses in this chapter, Romans chapter 9. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness, because the short work will Yahweh Shem shall make upon the earth. And verse 29, and as I say it said before, except Yahweh Shem Shai of Sabaoth had left us a seed, we had been as Sodom, and had been made like unto Gomorrah. So basically, our people was scattered, kind of so that they also be they basically our seed was scattered because hey, like it kind of goes into this what Elder Yashamamba said about like basically about how Yahweh Shem Yahushai basically have a remnant scattered among the heathens. It's like, but they really Israelites. They look like heathens, but they really Israelites. That's that Trojan horse among the heathens. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushai is a man of war. Hey, he got a bunch of Israelite sleeper cells, the men of the elect, men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai among the heathen, looking like the heathen, ready to get raised up. Some of them gonna get spiritual powers as well. Let me get that verse in Jeremiah where it talk about Judah losing their heritage. And what do you think happened when our people was scattered among the other nations? And began to look like them through intermixing. What do you think happened to them? They also, it said that they would lose their heritage. So they started identifying themselves as these other nations. Let me pull that up. Yeah. Jeremiah 17 verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land where thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger which shall burn forever. So, and thou, even thyself, even Jeremiah, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. So even him, he gonna discontinue from that heritage, from thine from his heritage, from that your heritage is everything you have and what you are, everything you have and what you are. Our land. Verse 3, on my mountain in the field, I will give thy substance and all thy treasures to the spoil. Thy higher places will sin. There are all thy borders, man. Everything. Including his identity, including your identity that is a part of your heritage. It's a part of your heritage. There's a site called My Heritage, and actually traces back. It traces back your lineage, basically. It traces back your lineage to certain country, or you go back to this country, you go back, and this man, he was like your great 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 grandfather on your dad's side, for example. Yeah, they have it on your mom's side too, and your your ancestors, which your father's side counts only. But the point is, that's a part of your heritage. That's why that site is called My Heritage. So, our people lost our heritage. Original looking, both the original looking and the Israelite foreigners, they all lost their heritage and became what? Gentiles. We get to that 1 Thessalonians 4 verse 5. Not in the lust of concupiscence, even as the Gentiles which knew not Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Which know not Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Because it was talking about basically talking about your body and how to basically keep it clean, not abominable, basically. Sanctify, set apart, clean, not abominable. Like not in the lust of concupiscence, even as the Gentiles which know not Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Don't be like them, basically, or don't be like a heathen, basically, because the people that he was talking to was not heathens. They were Jakes. They were just scattered among them. Yeah. Hey, and also Peter, an apostle of Yahushai Hamashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. So Peter, an apostle of Yahushai Hamashiach, he wrote this epistle, this letter basically, the first one, to the strangers that were scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. Also that brings me into mind, that brings this into mind, really. That brings this into mind. Isaiah chapter 11 brings us back to this. Verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcast of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Because if you're an outcast, you're it's like you're a stranger. It's basically the same. You're outcast, outcast from the congregation of Israel. Outcast from the congregation of Israel, Isaiah, hey, that's Isaiah 56. Isaiah 56, verse 8. Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, which gathereth the outcasts of Israel, says, I will gather others to him besides those that are gathered unto him. So Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, which gathereth the outcasts of Israel, says, yet I will gather others to him besides that, those that are gathered unto him. So he telling you right here, he gathering the outcasts of Israel, the ones that are not a part of this congregation. Those that are not a part of the congregation of Israel, because they're strangers from the congregation of Israel. Those are the dispersed. Those are the outcasts of Israel that are spoken of in Isaiah verse 12. The Gentiles that are spoken of in verse 10. And verse 11, scattered to these different nations. Those are the same ones. Same ones. Hey. Verse 3 tells you pretty much, neither let the son of the stranger that have joined himself to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai speak, saying, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai hath utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I'm a dry tree. So basically, neither let the son of the stranger that had joined himself to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai speak, saying that Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai utterly separated me from my people, utterly separated. Basically that's talking about the outcast, strangers from the congregation of Israel. Because why would it say, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai utterly separated me from his people? Because you know what? Because that is his people. He is an Israelite. He's just a stranger from the congregation of Israel, or an outcast, or an Israelite foreigner. The same strangers that are spoken of in 2 Peter, in 1 Peter actually. And James chapter 1 verse 1, the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. The general epistle of James, who was a servant of Yahweh and of Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. He was a brother of of Yahushai. He was his own blood, flesh and blood. Flesh of his flesh, arm of his arm, bone of his bone, basically. That's what that means. Showing you that these were written to Israelites. Hey man, hey that's the mystery of the Gentiles. Well, the mystery that the so-called Christians, both y'all so-called Christians and you both these so-called Christians and you carnalites can't get this mystery. That's the thing right there. Both of y'all can't get it. It's only, y'all ain't got the eye salve. Y'all ain't got the eye salve to see this, it's even a part of the curses. Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai, even before that, and it shall come to pass that as Yahweh Shem Yahushai rejoiced over you to do you good and to multiply you, so Yahweh Shem Yahushai will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught. And you shall be plucked off the land whither you go to possess it, What land we was in, originally we was in the land of Israel, the original land. And then we was cast out. All of Yasharala, even the original looking Jakes, were technically all Israelite foreigners. Technically. Not just, even those of the circumcision, we not in our land. We was following the ways of the heathens before, thinking we was heathens, acting like heathens, talking like heathens, following the customs of the heathens. Just some of us, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he said he was going to scatter us among all people, from one end to the earth, even unto the other. And there we're going to serve other gods, which neither, it said, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even what is so. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai told Jeremiah that that he wasn't gonna, that he was gonna take the, he was gonna take our heritage of the southern kingdom away. And in Hosea says the same for the northern kingdom. And so Yahweh Shem Shai say you're gonna take our heritage away, and we was gonna be scattered among the Gentiles, the literal Gentiles. So, do the math. Our people are gonna, not only act like the Gentiles, act like the Gentiles, talk like the Gentiles, practice their customs. That's acting like the Gentiles, talk like the Gentiles, but also, some of us we even, think we're Gentiles, and some of us were also gonna look like the Gentiles. It's not that hard to see. It's not that hard to see. But hey, whoever has that eye salve, whoever has the eye salve is gonna see it, and whoever don't have the eye salve, they ain't gonna see it. They blind to it. That's Revelation 3 verse 8. And it's a reference to that miracle that Yahweh Shai performed, healing that blind man. Because he healed it with his saliva. Revelation 3, chapter 18. I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and appoint thine eyes with eye salve that they anoint like it. Anoint thine eyes with eye salve that thou mayest see. Speaking to the church of Laodicea, the one where it talks about they're lukewarm. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai gonna spit them out. Anoint. You tell them to anoint their eyes with eye salve that they may see. So it's very clear that, it's very clear that the Gentiles, that the Gentiles that Paul was going to, the apostles, they were going to, those were actually Israelites, the ones that are going to receive that rest in the kingdom. And, the Gentiles that are spoken of in Jeremiah 4 verse 7 are obviously the heathens. It's obviously two type of Gentiles. This is the mystery of the Gentiles that both the so-called Christians and the carnalites can't receive. Y'all both, y'all don't have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, because y'all don't got the eye salve in your mind. Your mind has been blinded. Yeah, your mind has been blinded. According to Matthew, oh yeah, let me get this one. Let their eyes be darkened, both of y'all. Both y'all so-called Christians and you carnalites, you BOIs, you Latino only Israelites, you face value only Israelites. You have to look like, even when ones of y'all that say you have to look like a so-called black man, like a Latino or like a Native American. You have to look like that, or you're not an Israelite, or you have to be able to trace your lineage back to a so-called black man, Latino, Native American. Like, you actually have to, you have to have those records. Otherwise, according to y'all, you're out of luck. Because you can't prove you're Israelite carnally. Y'all have been blinded. Your eyes have been darkened. According to Psalm chapter 69, according to Psalm 69, verse 23, verse 23, let their eyes be darkened that they see not, and make their loins continually to shake. That was for you wicked niggas. That was for y'all. Because Romans 11 verse 10 also says the same thing concerning y'all. Because Paul is quoting King David. Let their eyes, it's the same thing. Let they may not see. Let their eyes be darkened that they may not see. And bow down their back always. Basically basically he was calling on Yahweh Shem Shai to blind you, to blind you, you two-third niggas. Y'all have been blinded. And that was also the curses. Yeah. Romans 11 verse 8. According as written, Yahweh had given them, Yahweh by Shem Shai had given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, ears that they should not hear unto this day. Unto this day. That's why y'all still don't get it. No, it's a stumbling block to you. It's a snare to you. Verse 9, and David said, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and the recompense unto them. It really is for y'all. It's really something that y'all can't get. That only the remnant can get. Verse 4, but what saith the answer of Yahweh unto him, I have reserved, and unto us too, I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Nowadays they not bow the knee to the image of this modern day Baal. The image of this modern day beast, Esau, Edom. They haven't bowed to his image, adopted his philosophies. They threw them out. They threw them off. They got rid of his philosophies because we was all raised, in this society, sipping that Babylonian wine. Or what we do, we kick the habit. We kick the habit. We kick the habit. We waiting on that new wine that Yahweh Shai got for us. Well, you 2/3, and you heathens, you actual Gentiles, and you Jeremiah 4 verse 7, Gentiles, y'all got the wine of Yahweh Shem Shai's wrath coming for y'all. Both you Jakes that continue to be Gentiles, to continue to stay in that, who continue to stay in that Gentile state of mind, both original looking and it doesn't matter. You Israelites that continue to stay in that state of mind, both y'all, you spiritual Gentiles and you actual Gentiles. Y'all got that wine of the wrath of the Lamb, which is poured out without mixture. Y'all got that waiting for you, Yeah, and Esau, Edom, when he rolls on you 2/3, and hey, that Jacob's trouble is gonna be the start of that for y'all. That's gonna be the curses coming upon y'all completely and destroying y'all completely. Esau, the people of his curse is gonna come upon you, aka the sword is gonna come upon you. And this man, you don't wanna attach yourself to his philosophies. Y'all wanna, even you carnalites, man, y'all think y'all are so, y'all think y'all talk down on us because you say people like me were heathens or whatever, which I don't know, maybe y'all see me and he might be Northern Kingdom, so he's good. For you Carnalites that believe that Latinos and Native Americans are the Northern Kingdom, like y'all got that right, but y'all don't believe in Israelite foreigners. Y'all don't believe that Jake mixed among these other nations they were scattered to, and their ancestors started looking like heathen. Salakia, their descendants ended up looking like the heathen. Y'all, amen. Y'all going on still. Y'all still can't get it completely. So, Esau, Edom is about to come on down on this great wrath, but, man, and you 2/3, y'all ain't got that protection because y'all didn't come back to Yahweh Shem Yahushai while it's still a grace period. Y'all ain't coming back. So you 2/3, y'all. This is the type of devil that you this is the type of devil that you're dealing with. I'm about to play it.
All right. Shalom, I came out there. First and foremost, before I start, I want to give all praise to our power, Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles over there at Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the elect, by Shem Harakakwadah, in the name of the Holy Spirit. All right, one of the beloved brothers sent this article out, and after reading it, you understand of a fact and of a surety that this dude truly is the devil, man. And what I mean by this dude, I'm talking about the elite, not the elite, I'm sorry, the Edomite nation, okay? Starting with their elites. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read the words of John D. Rockefeller, okay? And and if you just, we at the point, if you can't see that the Edomites are the devil, which they have self-proclaimed themselves to be white people, if you cannot see that they truly are the devil, you're gonna get caught right in their trap, man. Which, when we read these words by John D. Rockefeller, you're gonna find out that a lot of you people that's blinded to what the truth is, you're already caught in their trap. All right. So let's read this, and I'm gonna grab a couple of scriptures in and out. This is by John D. Rockefeller. Okay, it says, "We will keep their lives." This is talking about, because we know that the elites are in control of this society, and their ethnicity they happen to be, it's self-proclaimed white people, which truly are the Edomites according to the Bible. Okay, and this is them addressing you sheeple, or the people, man. This is what they got for you. This is their minds towards you. It says, "We will keep their lives short and their minds weak while pretending to do the opposite." And that's exactly, they act like they care for you. They got this whole pharmakeia system set up, but really it's shortening your lives, but they're saying that they're prolonging it. It says, "We will use our knowledge of science and technology in subtle ways so that they never see what is happening. We will use soft metals, aging accelerators, and sedatives in food and water, as well as in the air. They be covered in poisons wherever they turn." And the Edomites has successfully created GMO, genetically modified foods, and they have poisoned the water. That's why you go to the store to buy bottled water, because your sink water is full of fluoride. All their plans. We letting you know the Edomites, that self-proclaimed white people, truly is the devil according to the Bible. Okay? They're that evil. Okay? It says, The soft metals will make them lose their minds. We know there's metals in everything: your cereal, your foods, everything. Your grooming products. You know what I mean? Makeups, all of that, everything, man. All right, shampoos, soaps, toothpaste. Okay, it says them soft metals will make them lose their minds, and you people have already lost your minds. It says we will promise to find a cure from our many funds, and yet we will give them more poison. Chemical poisons will be absorbed through the skin of idiots who believe that certain hygiene and beauty products presented by great actors and musicians will bring eternal youth to their face and bodies. And they use your fucking celebrities, and they use your entertainers and the people, your entertainers and the people you look up to push these products.
Warlocks.
Maybelline, you know what I mean, and all these different other beauty products. Okay, and really it's just poison and metals seeping into your skin, all by the Edomites. Okay, it says and they use your entertainers to do it. It says, and through their thirsty and hungry mouths, we will destroy their minds and systems of eternal organs, reproductions. However, their children will be born as disabled and deformed, and we will hide this information. And that's why autism is at an all-time high. Autism is at an all-time high. This is Job 9:24. I'm actually in Job 24:9. Job chapter 9, verse 24. We told y'all that right about now, the wicked is ruling the earth, according to prophecy. And this is what they're doing, exactly what that Rockefeller was saying. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Now, that is an elite man that was stating that. Okay? Elite Edomite. The earth is given to them, and this is what they do. Put all type of poisons in your stuff. It says he covered the faces of the judges thereof, and not wherein who is he? And they disregard the Heavenly Father to the utmost. That's the judges, the saints, you know what I mean? In the different men of the Bible. It's all covered as Edomites. When everybody know there was men of color, Israelites. Negro Latinos, Native Americans is what they're known for as today. But jumping back, it says the poison will be hidden in everything around them, in what they drink, eat, breathe, and wear. Yeah, look at that. You got poisons in your clothes. The dyes that they use to change your clothes certain colors have poisons that's not good for your skin, man. Even that I think it's polyester. Polyester is not good for your skin. Which polyester, I think it's polyester.
It's a mixed
but it's a mixed fabric, and what it does is it sucks the oils out of your skin. You know what I mean? Leaving you with dry skin, which leads to eczema and on all those different type of ailments. Okay, it says we have to be ingenious in distributing the poisons because they can see far. We will teach them that poisons are good.
But it's like
with funny pictures and musical tones on TV, those who are looking for them will be helpful. We'll enroll them to push our poisons, and that's what you got poisons all up and down, flossed all throughout the cartoons and out these different television TV shows. And poison everywhere, man. It says they will see that our products are used in film, and they will get used to them and will never know their true effect. When they give birth, we will inject poison into the blood of their children and convince them that we are helping them.
Vaccine.
And that's all those different shots that he tries to shoot your seed up with when your seed come out. It says we will start early when their minds are young. We will target their children with what children love most: sweet things. And candy is poison, man. It says when their teeth decay, we will fill them with metals that will kill their minds and steal their futures. And that's your feelings that they say that they put in for cavities. It says when their ability to learn has been affected, we will create drugs that will make them sicker and cause them other illnesses, for which we
That's how this man thinks.
which we will create even more drugs. We will make them docile and weak before us by our power. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? And they're doing this by their power. It says they will grow depressed, slow, obese. This is a fat ass nation, man. All you gotta do when you go outside, the next 10 people you pass, count how many are obese. You're gonna have about seven. You're gonna either have an even ratio or you're gonna have a 7 to 3 ratio. 7 fat people, 3 regular people. It says, and when they come to when they come to us for help, we will give them more poison.
That's what they do.
And that's the damn devil, man.
that's
what they're doing.
If that ain't the devil,
that is what they're doing.
I don't know who is.
You know, that was it right there. You know?
It's more.
Matter of fact, it got more. But you can read it if you want to pause the stream. I think on page 3,
David
4,
Rockefeller.
it just goes in further of what they're doing, man.
John D. Rockefeller. Masonic Creed.
Man, so
that's where it's from.
Like we've been telling you, the Edomites are the devil. Okay, they are truly the devil. This is Habakkuk chapter 2. You start at verse.
His mind ain't right.
4. It says, "Behold, his soul." The ears is talking about the Edomites. Except playing white people. Behold, his soul, which lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. You Edomite spirits are not upright. Why would you want to do all that?
Because they're the
damn devil. Why you want to do that to people? Because you're the devil.
That's why.
But the just shall live by faith. We have faith that the Heavenly Father gonna fix everything, man, and take you out of the seat of power because you're destroying everything.
Come on.
You know? And this is exactly what's prophesied for you Edomites to do. You're doing what the Lord said He was going to do, which was be the devil.
Yo.
This is a precept to it. This is Revelation 6 and 4. When you read about the different color horses, the red horse is talking about Esau the Edomites. And this is what they do. And that dude, John D. Rockefeller, his words gonna match exactly with Revelation 6 and 4. It says, and there went out another horse. Horse represents power. That was red. You Edomites, that's exactly what it means. Edom means red. You red, man. You're red. Your blood show forth through your skin. You're red. It says, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And you doing that. In their mouth, their own mouths is witnesses against him. It says, and that they should kill one another with the sword, and there was given unto him a great sword. And you Edomites, in your wickedness, you're going to destroy your own self, man. You poisoning everybody. You getting ready you starting this World War III, and that's going to be the same way you start the World War III. It's how you're going to be ended. How you're going to be ended, okay? Through nuclear destruction. The Lord going to take you down because this is what you're doing. You're poisoning everything. You're changing up how the Heavenly Father created certain things, okay? You're just being a damn devil. You're destroying the kids. You're making it a law that you got to take vaccines and shots, which everybody know that's poison, and kids are slow as hell, and everybody's depressed. In your words in the words of John D. Rockefeller, that was on purpose.
That was all.
So with that, man, I just want to show that quick, just showing you that the Edomites are the devil. If you can't understand that the plain white man is a devil, you're gonna find out when he at your front door.
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
Because you don't want to get down with this new world order.
If not, then where? Right? Who
so with that, I'm gonna close out. Say, Shalom Akim, stay up. Shalom. Never trust thy enemy. Shalom.
Never trust thine enemy. Yeah. Hey, if not, then where and who is he? Yeah. Actually, open up right where it was at. That's the spirit. Kahala Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But hey, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Where and who is he? Who is the wicked? Who is the devil if it's not that man? Let me get. There's another one that it's in. Yeah, never trust thine enemy. You know, you trust your enemy, Esau, Edom, and he poisons you. Hey, never trust thine enemy, verse 10, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. These devils are still doing that shit. They didn't stop, they didn't change after the so-called civil rights era. So, never trust thine enemy. You know, y'all thought he changed. Well, think again. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed. You know, they're saying, the devil was saying, oh, we're going to tell them that it's for their own good. We trying to help them. You know, that this chapter also goes into that as well. And be aware of them, and thou shalt be unto them as if thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. You know, take good heed and be aware of them, and thou shalt be unto them that way. You know, as if thou hast wiped the looking glass. You know, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. You're going to know. You know, take good heed. You know, watch. He's still wicked. Verse 2. Set him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. You see that? Standing on our land right now. Our place was given to us, but guess what? We went down, you know. And calling themselves the Jews, calling themselves the Christians, the Israelites, and he's done it to the other heathen nations as well. But you know, our people, he just can't come down the hardest on our people. Set him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. Hey, that's what he did. And now at the last, remember my words, and be pricked therewith. You know, thou at the last, remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Meaning, you're gonna regret it. Y'all gonna regret it. Y'all gonna regret it and know that a prophet had been among y'all. Y'all gonna know it. Verse, hey man, that's another scripture. That's another one. And that's Ezekiel 33 verse 33. 33 verse 33. Yeah. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, and they shall know that a prophet had been among them. So when, when all this come to pass, just like in those days, when these devils come down with great wrath, like in Revelation 12, chapter 12, verse 12, our people will know that there was a prophet among them. Yeah, my phone is tripping out. Hey, it was stuck on Revelation 12, verse 12. It was stuck on Revelation chapter 11, Revelation chapter 12, it's right there, right? I could just bring it out. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, when this, all the devils come down unto you, having great wrath, but because they have but a short time. Hey, when he said, what that devil say when they rise up, we gonna crush them like the insects that they are, right? There you go. There you go. There you go. You 2/3 are going to be crushed. The 1/3 will be delivered because the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is that strong tower. Yeah, man, but who's going to pity you 2/3? Ecclesiasticus 12 verse 13, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come not wild beasts? And these devils are serpents and wild beasts. Who's gonna pity all 2/3? Nobody. Who shall bemoan thee, Jerusalem? Who shall bemoan thee? Who shall bemoan thee, Jerusalem? And that's Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside and ask how thou doest? And you already see that. You already see that they don't give a fuck. But it's gonna, they pretend to give a fuck now. But it's gonna be more apparent that they don't give a fuck about you. Who's gonna, you tried to charm a deaf adder that can't be charmed. You went near a wild beast. Esau, Edom, and these heathens also. You went near a wild beast. So who's gonna bemoan y'all? Who's gonna pity y'all when Jacob's trouble? When Jacob is in trouble? When you Jakes, 2/3 of you Jakes, are in trouble because Esau coming down with the sword. Who gonna pity y'all? There's another scripture I was gonna get, because the elect, elect, Yahweh Shem Shai gonna raise that standard, cause why? Cause we got that name. Yeah, let me get that. Yahweh Shem Shai raising that standard. So shall, verse 15, Isaiah 59, verse 59. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh Shem Shai from the west. It's where Esau, that's where Esau runs shit. Or Esau basically has the most power in the west, right? And his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai shall lift up a standard against them. And so these devils, they ain't gonna get to, Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna lift up a standard against them. They ain't gonna be able to get all of us. Verse 20, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob saith Yahweh Shem Shai. Which is why in Amos 9:11, in the verse before, in that day, while I raise up the verse before, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which says the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. The sword of Yahweh Shem Shai, who are these devils. All this, So for y'all, he's not going to raise that standard for y'all, because y'all ain't part of the tabernacle of David. Y'all part of the house of Saul. Verse 11, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I'll raise up its ruins, and I'll build it in the days of old. And why? Why? The first reason that is listed. Verse 12, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, say the Yahweh Shem Shai that doeth this. So, that's the purpose for the elect being risen up. Because the elect got that name. So Yahweh Shem Shai is going to protect us from this devil when he rolls. This verse can't be stressed enough. Proverbs 10, verse 18, verse 10, actually. I actually opened it right where it was at. That's the spirit call of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Ba'ashem Kadash, all praises. The name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. So that's the righteous are gonna run into what? That strong tower, the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, when the flood come. But you 2/3, when Esau stormtroopers come in, y'all are actually gonna be swept away, as is written in Isaiah chapter 28, verse 18. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. So, you 2/3, man, this is this devil. I just played a video of John D. Rockefeller, a quote from his book, from the Masonic Creed by this devil. And this man, he's truly the wicked. He's truly the devil. It's apparent only a devil would do that, and that's the type of man, that's the type of nation, race of people that is coming against y'all. That type of people, they shall be like madmen, sparing none. You can see how their mind is not right. They don't give a fuck. That's how you 2/3 that purify yourselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh and the abomination and the mouse. That's how y'all gonna be consumed together, and eventually by them nukes, which is also gonna be this devil's destruction. So you choose a life, you choose to follow this man's ways, you're gonna be consumed with them. They that are joined unto them shall be thrust through. And it's many ways to be joined unto this devil. Yeah, that's Isaiah chapter 13, verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. From these martial law troops, these Russian Gurkha troops, fucking you 2/3 up, with that gun, that modern day sword, to that sword that's bathed in heaven, that shall come upon Idumea. You follow the same man that That same man, as described in the next chapter, Isaiah 14. Hey, the king of modern day Babylon. Hey, Isaiah 14, verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Verse 17, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. You could see it. Or you could see who is meant here by Lucifer. The so-called light bearers, the elite, the illuminated ones, the Illuminati, right? They call themselves the Illuminati, the so-called, that's what the elites call themselves. And the nation of Esau, Edom, calls themselves so-called white, which means pure, but also means full of light. They call themselves, they call the age when Esau, Edom took over the Enlightenment. And our age, the Dark Ages. So they this clearly referring to these devils. Verse 6, he who smote the people, hey man, verse 4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased. Verse 5, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers. So who's the wicked? These devils, Esau, Edom. Verse 6, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. That's what that is right there. That describes it. That's verse 6 to a point as well. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. Hey, Esau, Edom. Hey, his eye is evil towards everybody. My brother said, that's true. Esau, Edom hates everybody, including his damn self, his own people. That he's evil to himself, so who shall he be good to? He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindered. When these devils go down, nobody's gonna stop it. In fact, all these nations, even the countries of these other Edomite countries, are gonna launch nukes on this place. Verse 7, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. When this devil goes down, everybody is going to be happy, and you can see why. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feather is come up against us. Because these devils are, they're known for that, clearing the whole land. They're known for cutting down the trees, man. They're known for that. And this devil, man, this is a description of us too, of those devils too. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave. Thy pomp, are we gonna crush these people like the insects they are? Thy pomp, you devils, y'all think you're the fucking shit. Y'all think y'all are the shit. Y'all think y'all the shit. Y'all think y'all something, man. Y'all think y'all on some kind of level to even fight against Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the nose of thy vows and the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Corrosion. This place is going down as we speak. Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? So there you go. There you go. Instead, this devil is gonna be cut down to the ground. Esau Edom. He in that hot that he don't think nobody can take him down. He that eagle. He don't think anybody can take him down. Well, these devils are gonna be taken down. This devil is gonna be cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations. The Esau Edom, he explained exactly how he did it. They're making us sick. The ailments that we have, they're the mental illnesses, go from that to the cancers, the ailments that we have, the physical afflictions and all that. A lot of it is caused by these devils and what they give us to eat and to drink. What they give us for clothes, that polyester, right? That mixed fabric. What they give us, even the frequencies, from the radiation, the 5G, 5G definitely is toxic, definitely fucks you up. The 4G, even the 3G before, none of this shit was good, man. It just went up. The radiation intensity, the amount went up even more and more. The fluoride in your water, like that brother mentioned, them soft metals in your shit, in your water. Even the air you breathe, they be spraying chemtrails in that air. You breathe in them soft metals. The chemtrails, that goes even if you grew some organically, you saw sprays chemtrails over that area, and it's contaminated now. Or, get your water from a certain area. Esau sprays chemtrails over that area. You water your plants with it. Boom, contaminated with the barium. That's hey, this is why this man, he gotta be the damn devil. He and Satan and physical counterparts of Satan. They are. It's obvious. They have to be. If they gotta be, man. They gotta be. It can't be anyone else. The wicked, the devil, deceivers, deceivers, false accusers. He accused. He's, thou slandered thy mother's son. Thou slandered thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slandered thine own mother's son. That's what these devils do. They slander us all day on their their so-called news, on the mainstream media networks. Yeah, and that includes Fox News, and it includes all these other mainstream news, mainstream so-called news, mainstream media. On the television, as well as these sites that they run online, because it's all going on online now. So they slander us, man. The latest slanders that Rona, we're more susceptible to Rona, and that BLM, that's us when it's these devils. The BLM rioters, that's these devils. It's Esau, Edom doing it. But since it's under the banner of BLM, they blame us. They blame our people. That's that latest slander against our people. Besides the usual shit, us being made a proverb and a byword, over lazy, good for nothing type shit, right? Criminals, low IQ, which they've always been saying, violent, drunkards, druggies, drug dealers, all women are whores, which they programmed them to be that way. Using their celebrities as something else, that mental poison through the media, the music, the frequencies in the music, the shit that they say, the messages in the music, these celebrities that use them enchantments on the music. These celebrities they also use to put poisons in the minds of our people. Make them into holes. They promote that thug life shit, in our sons. That's why they lie at the street. They lie at the street corners. They're like wild bulls in the net. That's why. Killing their own while laying down for Esau, Edom to go through. When Esau, Edom pull up, when Esau, Edom pull up, they allow them go through, man. They allow them to go through. All this smoke for Jake, but where's the smoke for Esau? And it's been that way. And so, they've actually helped to further these things that they say are stereotypes about us. They've actually promoted that in our people just so they can talk shit about our people. Esau, Edom has actually promoted these stereotypes, Shalom, Akwad, Yahbashim Yahweh Shabrak. I go into these the two different type of Gentiles. The ones that can be saved, Isaiah chapter 11, 10 to down to 13. And the ones that Yahweh Shem Yahushai gonna destroy, Jeremiah 4 verse 7. Cause so-called Christians, they don't get that, and the carnalites, they don't get that our people, is gonna. Some of our people, they've been heathenized so much. They done lost their heritage. Our people lost their heritage. The ones that both the original looking Jakes and the speckled birds lost their heritage. So what, they're gonna think they're Gentiles, act like Gentiles, call themselves Gentiles, and some of them are even gonna look like Gentiles. So the mystery of the Gentiles that both the so-called Christians and the carnalites don't get. And Esau is truly the devil. I played that. John D. Rockefeller, he actually, he actually boasted about what these devils are doing today. Poisoning our people. So that's what this old
Alright, so I'm going to get out there. First and foremost, before I start, I'm going to give all praise to our power, Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles over there at Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect by Shem Harakakadash, name of the Holy Spirit. All right, one of the beloved brothers sent this article, and after reading it, you understand of a fact and of a surety that this dude truly is the devil, man. And what I mean by this dude, I'm talking about the elite, not the elite, I'm sorry, the Edomite nation, okay? Starting with their elites. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read the words of John D. Rockefeller, okay? And I'm going, and if you just, hey, we at the point, if you can't see that the Edomites are the devil, which they have self-proclaimed themselves to be white people, if you cannot see that they truly are the devil, hey, you're going to get caught right in their trap, man. Which, when we read this, or when we read these words by John D. Rockefeller, you're going to find out that you are, a lot of you people that's blinded to what the truth is, you are already caught in a trap. All right? So let's read this, and I'm going to grab a couple of scriptures in and out. This is by John D. Rockefeller. Okay, it says, we will keep their lives. This is talking about, because we know that the elites are in control of this society, and their ethnicity they happen to be, it's self-proclaimed white people, which truly are the Edomites according to the Bible. Okay, and this is them addressing you sheeple, or the people, man. This is what they got for you. This is their minds towards you. It says, we will keep their lives short and their minds weak while pretending to do the opposite. And that's exactly, they act like they care for you. They got this whole pharmakia system set up, but really it's shortening your lives, but they're saying that they're prolonging it. It says, we will use our knowledge of science and technology in subtle ways so that they never see what is happening. Beast. We will use soft metals, agent accelerators, and sedatives in food and water, as well as in the air. They will be covered in poisons wherever they turn. And the Edomites has successfully created GMO, genetically modified foods, and they have poisoned the water. That's why you go to the store to buy.
And that's this right here. Genesis 3 verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord power, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai had made. And he said unto the woman, had Yahweh said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. You know, that subtle beast, Esau Edom.
Water, because your sink water is full of fluoride. All their plans. We letting you know the Edomites, the self-proclaimed white people, truly is the devil according to the Bible. Okay? They're that evil. Okay? It says the soft metals will make them lose their minds. We know there's metals in everything. Your cereal, your foods, everything. Your grooming products. You know what I mean? Makeups, all of that. Everything, man. Alright? Shampoos, soaps, toothpaste. Okay? It says them soft metals will make them lose their minds. And you people have already lost your minds. It says we will promise to find a cure from our many funds, and yet
and that's how these devils have actually been used to carry out this curse, actually further it, that our people being stricken with madness. Deuteronomy 28 verse 28. Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And that's how this devil has furthered that curse.
Chemical poisons will be absorbed through the skin of idiots who believe that certain hygiene and beauty products presented by great actors and musicians will bring eternal youth to their face and bodies. And they use your fucking celebrities, and they use your entertainers and the people you look up to.
That's another one. The leaders of my people caused them to err. and they that are led of them are destroyed. Which that's Isaiah 9, verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed, and you can see that. And also another one comes to mind. All through spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Among my people are found wicked men. It's Jeremiah 5. Jeremiah 5, verse 26. For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap, they catch men. Verse 27. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxen rich. That's these celebrities. Verse 28. They are waxen fat, they shine, yeah, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, which is our people. Yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge. So that's these wicked ass celebrities, and sold their soul. They sold their soul to the spiritual demon Satan, and now they do the bidding of his physical counterparts. And 2/3 are caught up in those snares.
To push these products, Maybelline, you know what I mean, and all these different other beauty products.
No, it's a lot of times
okay?
It's a date.
And really it's just poison and metal seeping into your skin. All by the Edomites. Okay? It says, and they use your entertainers to do it. It says, and through their thirsty and hungry mouths, we will destroy their minds and systems of eternal organs, reproductions. However, their children will be born as disabled and deformed, and we will hide this information. And that's why autism is at an all-time high. Autism is at an all-time high. This is Job 9:24. I'm actually in Job 24:9. Job chapter 9, verse 24. We told y'all that right about now, the wicked is ruling the earth, according to prophecy. And this is what they're doing, exactly what that.
Hey, also something else I got. This is a part of the curses, us being given into the hands of these devils, depending on them for everything. You know, hey, also this, Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. This is a part of that. And also some else, like us being in need, coming to these devils and like basically for everything we need. And hold up. Yeah, I think it's that one because we gonna be serving our enemy and hungering and thirsting and nakedness and one of all things. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Maybe another verse that say something different, but that basically proves the point right there. Hey, also, verse 65, and among those nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and a sorrow of mind. That's also how these devils are bringing about and furthering that curse. when you on here, just be like, don't be saying too much, by the way, because y'all supposed to keep quiet in the churches. You know, you
Rockefeller
cool.
was saying, this is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Now, that is an elite man that was stating that. Okay? Elite Edomite. The earth is given to everything around them.
This shit.
And what they drink, eat, breathe.
Esau buffering alive.
Where? Yeah, look at that. You got poisons in your clothes. The dyes that they use to change your clothes certain colors have poisons that's not good for your skin, man. Even that I think it's polyester. Polyester is not good for your skin. Which polyester, I think it's polyester, but it's a mixed fabric. And what it does is it sucks the oils out of your skin. You know what I mean? Leaving you with dry skin, which leads to eczema and on all those different type of ailments. Okay? It says...
Man, there you go. And that's why y'all ain't supposed to... Nobody's supposed to be wearing that shit. But what do these devils do? You know, they put that shit in everything. There's a lot of clothes that have mixed fabrics. Why so much clothes with mixed fabrics? Because Esau trying to poison you. I'm gonna wait a little bit because sis said she'll be right back. I'm gonna wait a little bit, you know. Wait a little bit because it's worried. Hey man, this is important information on these devils. This explains this quote by this devil, John D. Rockefeller. It explains why these devils promote the shit that they do. Why are they pushing shit so hard on us? Because they trying to poison us. Weaken us, poison us, depopulate us. They trying to do. Been on here for some time. Oh shit, Salakia. Shit. Shit. Yeah, I'm just gonna go right here because you don't know who's watching.
Skin, you know what I mean? Leaving you with dry skin, which leads to eczema and on all those different type of ailments. Okay, it says we have to be ingenious in distributing the poisons because they can see far. We will teach them that poisons are good. With funny pictures and musical tones on TV, those who are looking for them will be helpful. We'll enroll them to push our poisons. And that's what you got poisons all up and down, flossed all throughout the cartoons and out these different television TV shows. And poison everywhere, man.
Everywhere.
It says they will see that our products are used in film, and they will get used to them and will never know their true effect. When they give birth, we will inject poison into the blood of their children and convince that we are helping them. And that's all those different shots that he tries to shoot your seed up with when your seed come out. It says we will start early when their minds are young. We will target their children with what children love most: sweet things. And candy is poison, man. Yep. It says when their teeth decay, we will fill them with metals that will kill their minds and steal their futures. And that's your feelings that they say that they put in for cavities. It says when their ability to learn has been affected, we will create drugs that will make them sicker and cause them other illnesses, for which we will create even more drugs. We will make them docile and weak before us by our power. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? And they're doing this by their power. It says they will grow depressed, slow, obese. This is a fat ass nation, man. All you gotta do when you go outside, the next 10 people you pass, count how many are obese. You're gonna have about 7. You're gonna either have an even ratio or you're gonna have a 7 to 3 ratio. 7 fat people, 3 regular people. It says, and when they come to us for help, we will give them more poison. You see? And that's the damn devil, man. That's what they're doing. That is what they're doing. You know, that was it right there. You know? Matter of fact, it got more. But you can read it if you want to pause the screen. I think on page 3 and 4 it just goes in further of what they're doing, man. You know what I mean?
They say color is an illusion.
Man, so like we've been telling you,
They'll
the
never know
Edomites
that.
are the devil.
They'll never know that. And that's how they got Jake divided. Really, the real target is you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and you Israelite foreigners who look like the other nations. But, the key word there is look. Fuck. Fuck. Esau. Oh, I see why. I see exactly why. Fuck. Fuck. Well, I'm gonna have to do this then. I can't even see my video, man. It's bullshit. So I'm at right there, right? Esau fucking with the live. But some of the shit he was going into, that goes back to not trusting your enemy. That's a perfect example of a reason why you should not trust your enemy, and the biggest enemy you have is this devil. This devil, Esau, Edom, who calls themselves white, but they pink, and who calls themselves Jewish, because they have a Jewish. They have a Jewish, but they just Jewish. That's how you gotta think of it. Yeah, but that's an example of this. Never trust thine enemy, For like his iron rusted souls his wickedness. Though, verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. There you go. There you go. They act like they helping you, right? Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him. Yet take good heed, of what Yahweh Shem Yahushai is telling us here, and be aware of him. And it means, watch him, right? And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. You see, these devils are still doing this shit. They haven't stopped. So his rust has not been altogether wiped away. Verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Meaning you're gonna regret it, man. You're gonna regret trusting this devil. And who's gonna feel sorry for you? Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? And these devils are both. They that serpent, and they that adder that couldn't and can't be charmed, and they wild beasts. The image of the beast, right? The Roman Empire, which is ruled by who? Esau, Edom, the serpent, the most subtle beast in the garden. And there is no head above the head of a serpent, because that bite slays the souls of men. Amen. Amen. The enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. Verse 15, for a while he will abide with thee. Stay on your side. No, they're not. But if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry, showing that they were never on your side. That's these celebrities. When Esau is done with them, when they have no more use, when they're washed up, they're old and washed up, what does he do? Abandon them. Verse 16, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He'll weep with his eyes, but if you find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. That's these devils all the way, And they have not loved blood. In fact, they can't get enough of it. They are as death and as hell. That's why, they that red horse and they that pale horse coming next. That's that. They gonna bring that Jacob's trouble. Because they cannot be satisfied with blood. They want to shed the blood of you Jakes one more time. They actually want to get rid of all of us, but they ain't gonna be successful at it. Because these devils, they're developing technology, robotic technology, where they no longer have a use for you Jakes. They know, we could do all this labor with robotic technology. Shit, they replacing cashiers, man. They about to replace truck drivers. And you see that when you go to Walmart, those self-checkouts, man. So that goes into verse 15. When he no longer, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. Verse 17, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. There you go. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. So though he pretend to help thee, what was he talking about in there? We gonna act like, to help you, yet shall he undermine thee. That fits it to a T, as you can see, if you can see. Verse 18, he will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. So he'll shake his head like, Salakia. Damn, man, I hate when that shit happens. He would shake his head like, damn, you niggas are dumb. You know, whisper much. And this devil was boasting. Like, this is what we gonna do to these niggas, man. As well as to these heathens and their own people. But, but the target is you Jakes. Because Esau got that hatred, that perpetual hatred for you Israelites. As spoken about in Ezekiel chapter 35. Yeah, man. Because Ezekiel 35 verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Yasharallah by the force of the sword in the time of their captivity, which, for you newcomers, Yasharallah just means it's Israel, but in the actual Hebrew, in the time that their iniquity had it in. And that's why these devils, that's why verse 6, therefore as I live, say the Lord power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. They have not hated blood. In fact, they loved, they couldn't get enough. So even blood shall pursue them. Even blood shall pursue them. Verse 7, thus saith, thus will I make Mount Sire most desolate, and cut off from them that pass it out, and him that returns. Hey, something more heavy about that. Even their own flesh and blood is going to pursue them. That's something else you can gather from this. Even their own flesh and blood, their own brothers are going to pursue them. Esau versus Esau, red man on red man, the real red man. Crime, devil on devil action. Right wing MAGA hat wearing, MAGA red MAGA hat. Oh, MAGA Mad Hatters, right? MAGA Mad Red Hatters. Red MAGA Hatters. Red MAGA Hatters, right? Versus the coffee sipping rainbow haired motherfuckers. Those devils that play cool. Versus them. Hey, the cocksuckers versus the cocksuckers. Like that brother out of that the Israelite foreigner brother out of Columbus, Ohio put it. The right wing being the cocksuckers. There's a lot of in the closet, down low cocksuckers among them too, sodomites. And the Democrats, of course, they're the pro-sodomite people, the pro-sodomite party, man. So they would be the cocksuckers. They gonna fight each other. And also who? Also the government. Also the government too. Because when the government rolls out that chip, this is the ultimate poison, ultimate, when they give it to you, you're fucked. you're fucked once you get that chip, and that chip will actually cause the sore on you. You know, even the creator, the man who was involved in the creation of the invention of the microchip, even he said that it's gonna cause a sore. You know, because he's so called is a Christian now. Well, you know, these devils can't be saved, but they do. You know, they do. Their tongue shall fall upon them. Their tongue shall fall upon themselves, and that's what you're seeing there. So that's ultimate poison. This vaccine and then that ultimate poison, and they've been injecting poisons in us. When we was babies, they was injecting poisons in us, telling us it was good for us. But you can't trust this devil. That's why you people, you take the mark of the beast, you're gonna get. You take the mark of the beast, no, you're gonna get trodden. You're gonna get trodden underfoot, like in 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 69. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. You know, y'all gonna, it's not gonna be good for y'all on that day. You know, and ultimately y'all gonna get destroyed. You know, Revelation 14 verses 9 to 12 actually tells you that. You know, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in their forehead, you know, on his hand, in his forehead, on his hand. Notice it says hand. It don't gotta be in your left or your of your right. You know, people like to say that. Hey, but they said the right hand is the best hand to put it in. It tells you right there. It's pretty obvious, but if people want to be in denial, you know, if the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Hey, if you bow to this image, you bow to his image, you want to be a slave forever? Well, guess what? Like, you want to be joined to this man, right? Well, guess what? You want to be destroyed with him. Verse 11, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image. No rest day nor night during this long period of time, aeons and aeons in the Greek. Aeon and aeon. Yeah. Who worship the beast's image, and whosoever received the mark of his name. So, honestly, man, you're fucked, man. You're fucked. And y'all got no excuse. Prophet's been out there warning y'all about this man, you know. Even Esau, Edom, come out, you know, put his tongue fell upon himself. Their tongues shall fall upon themselves. Their tongue shall fall upon themselves. That's Psalm 64. Psalm 64. Psalm 64, verse 8. So, verse 7, I'm going to start there. But, hey, it's about the elite. This whole chapter, the Esau, Edom, especially the elite. Hear my voice, O Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Verse 2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. That the secret counsel, a secret society. There you go. From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Verse 3, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Verse 5, that they encourage themselves in evil manner. They commune of lying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? So that's a secret society, a conspiracy. The secret council of the wicked, that's the Illuminati. This so-called Illuminati, your Freemasons, all of them Bilderbergers, all of them. These secret councils that they have, secret societies, trying to keep the like that demon Transbog said, which he was working for them. That's why he didn't put the rat child on blast. That's why he didn't tell you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans who y'all are, even though he knew. He in his song, he said, one of his songs, he said, wouldn't be LA without Mexicans, Black love, brown pride in the sets again, because he knows that y'all the same people. But did he come out with this straight up like that? No, he didn't. No, he didn't, man. In fact, you look into, and what he did, he cross-dressed and all that shit, man. Dude was a trend. That's why we call him Transpark. And he pushed that thug life shit on us. Which I believe that he did walk out the back door, like Chief put it. I believe that he did, because, man, like, that assassination, bro, it don't add up. So I believe that he did walk out the back door, but maybe he did get put to death for being a demon. And, man, yeah, because that's what these devils will do, man. They'll create a hero. That's part of their secret. That's part of their crafty counsel. That they'll create a hero, a so-called Messiah for you Jakes. They'll create one and then they'll put them to death. Just to demoralize y'all. Just to drill it in your head. Drill it in your head that, oh no, you'll never be delivered from this shit. Each time you get your hopes up, they crush it. That's a part of their crafty counsel. Whether this man walked out the back door or not, which, he was up there, in the celebrity world, so I believe that they may have, but I don't know. He may have been actually sacrificed, but who knows? He could be chilling in a bunker with the rat childs, getting while they running a train on them and shit. You know how these devils roll, man. Their vine is the vine of Sodom and the field of Gomorrah. You know how they roll. But yeah, man, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. So yeah, suddenly do they shoot at them if you're not. Yo. I read that verse 5 about, yeah, man, they lay snares privately. Yup. Conspiracy. All this screams conspiracy. Not a theory, it's reality. Verse 6. Hey, not a theory, it's a fact, Jack. Verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, meaning their lob, their mind. Their mind is deep. They just thinking. They're dreaming up shit to do to you, Jakes. Hey, they're meditating terrors, man. These devils are meditating terrors on us. So guess what we're going to do to them? We're going to we're going to meditate terrors on these devils. And we ain't going to need the plot in secret. We're just going to do it. We just going to do it. We ain't going to have the secret council of the Israelites or whatever. We ain't gonna need that shit. It's gonna be clear who rule the world and who doing it. And devils ain't gonna be able to do jack shit about it. In every one of them, their heart is deep, man. Their lob, their mind, deep, man. These conspiracies are deep. You look into them and damn, man, you're like, damn. These devils really thought of some shit like that. Like, hey, man. Yeah, because their mind ain't right. Their mind ain't right. It's deep, though. It's deep. They can't sleep. They can't sleep except they cause one of the righteous to fall. One of the chosen. Well, they are one of the chosen as well. One of the righteous to fall, and that just. They can't sleep unless they cause someone to fall. Unless they cause someone to fall. And that's Proverbs 4 verse 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. Because all night they be plotting until they make that shit happen. That's why, enter not into the path of the wicked. Stay away from these devils. Stay away from the man that had the power to kill, man. And this is warnings about a strange woman. Hey, Esau, Edom, his philosophies, that strange woman. The strange woman, man. Just like wisdom is their righteous. They are symbolic of a righteous woman. Wisdom is represented by a righteous woman. These strange philosophies, doctrines strange, right? That's that strange woman. Yeah, that's why you avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it and pass away. Verse 16, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. They gotta cause death. They gotta cause our people to go off. They gotta do something to make us fuck up, get us put to death. They gotta do something, do wickedness, namely to our people. Yeah, verse 17, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Deliver me, from the violent man. That's them. The violent man. Cain. That's Cain. He's the violent man. And that's these devils are all descendants of Cain. They are like they're the Cainites, man. They're Edom. Edom was Cain. come back, so they're descendants of Cain. That's why they do what they do. And then Psalms 140 verse 1, yeah. It goes back to that. Deliver me, O Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man. Verse 2, which imagineth mischiefs in their heart, continually are they gathered together for war. These councils, right? The secret council of the wicked from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. It tells you right there. It tells you right there, what they about. Verse 3, they have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. They're snakes. Salah. Verse 4, keep me, O Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have proposed to overthrow my goings. That's why you don't go in their path, because they do that. But Esau be setting up snares. They proud. Verse 5, the proud have hid a snare for me in my cords. And this is Psalm of David, by the way. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me. Salah. Verse 6, I said unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, thou art my power, hear the voice of my supplications, O Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Verse 7, O power, the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the strength of my salvation. The other one, right? The strength of my salvation. Thou hast, which Adonijah me, Lord, in Hebrew. Thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, guard us. God our back, taking us under that wing. That's that tower that we running into. The name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is a strong tower. Grant not, verse 8, grant not. I'm on Psalm 40, by the way. Psalm 140, verse 4, keep me, O Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. It's 140, verse 4, 144. Call out Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. Keep me, preserve me from the violent man who have proposed to overthrow my goings. Yep. Okay, but let me get back to verse 8. Grant not, O Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked device, that they exalt themselves. Salah. Verse 9, as for the head of those that compass me about, let the mischief of their own lips cover them. The mischief of their own lips. Their tongue shall fall upon themselves, revealing all these things that they have discussed and that they are carrying out. Verse 10, let burning coals fall upon them. Let them be cast into the fire, into deep pits, that they rise not up again. These devils, they going down into the pit. After nukes, like burning coals fall on this place. Verse 11, launched against them by their own flesh and blood, the Russians and European Edomites. After they was drawn into a war by Amalek. They're the least of their flock. The Jewish, drawing America into that war, and the elites. That the elites fucking over their own brothers, and as well as they getting fucked up by their own. America getting fucked up by its own as well. And Amalek, the state over there, Jewish state, getting destroyed as well, man. Even their own blood, even blood shall pursue them. Hey, it gives a whole new meaning to that. Scripture right there. How even blood shall pursue them. gives it a whole new meaning. Hey, but I was going into, yeah, Psalms 140 too. Psalms 140, verse 10, now I'm at verse 11, let not evil speaker. I was going into how let them be cast into the fire. This place gonna be a lake of fire. Let burning coals fall upon them like them nuclear missiles. Let them be cast into fire, into deep pits, that they rise not up again. And these devils are gonna be cast into pits. They're not. That's where their home is gonna be in the kingdom after they, hey, that's what they deserve, man. They're gonna be like the raiment of those thrust through with the sword. Like it talks about in Isaiah chapter 14. That they rise not up again. Verse 11, let not an evil speaker be established in the earth. Evil shall hunt the violent man to overthrow him. So evil shall hunt the violent man to overthrow him, Evil, bad times, as well as his own. Verse 12, I know that Yahweh Shem Yahushai will maintain the cause of the afflicted and the right of the poor. It's our people. Verse 13, surely the righteous shall give thanks unto thy name. The upright shall dwell in thy presence. No, we do when we see these devils expose themselves even more. Because I was going into Psalm chapter 64, about these devils putting each other on blast. Why? Because verse 7 say, but Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall shoot at them with the arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. Verse 8, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away, Why? Because you gotta stay away from the path of that. Stay away from the way of the wicked. As it says in Proverbs chapter 4, verse 14, enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it. Verse 15, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. That's where they lay their snares, their traps, And you have 2/3, which are spiritually the sons of these devils, sons and daughters of these devils. They're spiritually the sons and daughters of these devils, man. And they're wicked men. They lay a snare. They trap men. These wicked ass 2/3 celebrities. They want to bring their own down to come up. They're willing to do it. They have an evil eye toward their brother. They're getting exposed as well. And some of them are also turning on Esau and exposing him. Because they've been fucked over. Esau, Edom, has showed his horns. Has shown his true nature, his true colors. Showed himself to be a red devil that he truly is. No, he's not a white man, or she's not a white woman. That's a red devil, and she's a red she-devil. And all men, verse 9, and all men shall fear and shall declare the work of Yahweh, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. All men shall fear and declare the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. When these devils expose themselves, their tongue fall upon themselves. It's because Yahweh Shem Yahushai shot them with the arrow. Makes you think, think of the poison arrows that Asher, the so-called Brazilian tribes in Amazon, they got them little poison darts, made from that that poison dart frog. That poison dart frog, you know. You also have the poison dart frog in there. And you have these poison darts that these asteroids would shoot. You know, it'd shoot you and it hit you, and suddenly you would have poison. Suddenly you would be wounded. You know. But yeah, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you're gonna shoot them with that poison dart. And suddenly shall they be wounded. You know, it's gonna make them their own. It's making, you know, it's actually he done it, and then it's making their own tongue to fall upon themselves. They're doing all that thing. That's what they're doing, and all that. See them, they're fleeing. You see people abstaining from the shit that's been exposed. You know, as having pork, as having GMOs, as having these different toxins in them. MSG, having these different toxins in them. Shit that's been found to have these toxins in them. The people are abstaining from them more and more. You know, abstaining from celebrities that get exposed. Because they're the sons of, they're spiritually of their father, the devil. Spiritually, their father is Esau. But spiritually, they are Edomites, even though, you know, really they're Jakes. Really, they're Israelites, but they act like Esau. They're spiritual tares, you know, and they're getting exposed as well. And some of them are doing the exposing. They figured it out. Oh, this devil was just using me for his agenda this whole time. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10 and down. Oh. So now they coming out. Now they want to jump ship and be the elect, you know. But hey, man, y'all had y'all consolation for the most part. Y'all through. For the most part, y'all gonna be like that rich young ruler. You know, y'all are like that rich young ruler. So, for the most part, you know, you're finito, man. Except for, you know, there's exceptions. There's exceptions, but for the most part, man, it ain't looking too good for y'all. But hey, the righteous, verse 10, the righteous shall be glad in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. You know, and that's how we feel every time these devils get exposed. It's, you know, a lot of times Esau, Edom, putting them on blast. You know, and call out Yahweh Shem Yahushai for that, man, for real. You know, I'm glad. I'm glad when that happens. You know, I'm glad for real. Like, you know, men of like-minded Akim, they're glad too. I'm pretty sure they're glad when that shit happens. You know, hey, so you know, all this info has been out. You know, all these devils been getting exposed by their own, and the Akim have been exposing them as well. You know, these devils have been laid bare, man. It's up to y'all to see it and then come back, you know, repent, come back in the fold, you know, and instead of being in that Gentile state of mind, come back to your true identity, your true heritage, you know, which we are showing to y'all. You know, with 2/3 of y'all are finito, y'all are through, y'all are done, y'all over with, y'all about to be history. You're about to be history, you know, missile food, you know, and then that's it with y'all. You know, you come back, you're going to be in your right mind after going through eons of hell. Think about it. Think about it. In fact, hey, think about it. In fact, damn, what was it called? In fact, take a few minutes, you know. Take 2 minutes, you know, quoting that song from Snoop Dogg, you know, another sellout celebrity, but, you know, for real, though, think about it. Think about it, what we're saying, you know. If you can receive it, think about it. You know, if this live is edifying, think about it. You know, other brothers have brought this out as well. But yeah, I hope this live was edifying. You know, I'm going to end right here. You know, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Shem Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim out there spreading this truth like wildfire. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners who look like the other nations, but their spirit beareth witness that they're the children of Yahweh, Shem Shai. And shalom to the real sisters out there. You know, Yahweh, you know, stay strong, Akim and Aqua. Stay strong, stay strong. You know, hang in there, like keep pushing, like that GMS Apostle Rakaw's channel name. Keep pushing. We almost there. We almost out of here. We almost in that. We almost back to the promised land. Keep pushing. Even though MLK, he didn't fucking get us there. That dude was a total demon. You know, Martin Lucifer Coon, right? Total demon. You know, but you know, that's besides the point. You know, he knew he was the Israelites too. You know, he had to know he was the Israelites. You know, even including that in his speech. We are on our way to the promised land. And we are on our way to the promised land. He was right about that. Just not in the way that he was proposed. He was showing us to go, you know, but not through the broad way. You know, we ain't going through that way. We going through the narrow way. We gotta continue pushing because we almost there. We almost out of here. You know, it's a thin line between fire. That, you know, it's between fire and ice, but stay the path. And all the going through these straits is gonna be worth it in the end. You know, we gonna get that. We gonna get there in the end. You know, so it's worth it. Come out of her, my people. Come out of her mentally, you know, and spiritually, you know. Come out of her, my people. So you come out of her, you know, literally. You know, be the first one out of here, and don't be and not have to take part in her plagues. You know, repent, Yasharala. If you mind, you click with this message. You know, you understand what I'm saying, like you really understand what I'm saying, and you identify with it. You know, it don't matter how you look like on the outside. You know, that really don't determine your race. That don't determine your nationality. What determines your nationality is your father's line, but we have lost that. We've actually lost that. The lineage. We've lost that. We've lost that record. So that's why Yahweh Shem Shai tells us not to go into endless genealogies. That's a cut for y'all that say, oh, he gotta have a so-called black or Latino or Native American ancestor that we can identify. That's a cut to y'all. That's a straight cut to y'all. Straight to the bone, straight to the marrow, straight to the soul. Cutting the soul asunder. Cutting soul and spirit asunder. Cutting it asunder, man. It's a straight cut. You gotta admit it. But y'all, you know, of course, 2/3 won't admit it, but because only the 1/3 can receive it. They can see that they've been cut and they was wrong. So, you know, I hope this live was edifying. I want to give all praise. Matter of fact, let me get that endless genealogies real quick. Endless genealogies. That's that 1 Timothy 1 verse 4. You know, also cuts that whole DNA. Oh, actually that whole DNA shit. That's that science falsely so called, which a lot of you Carnalites depend on science falsely so called. You have been deceived by the same devil that you say you're against, and by being carnal, you think you're doing something against this man, and you're not. You're not doing a damn thing. In fact, you're falling right under his. You're falling, for the okie doke. You're falling back. You're falling under his spell, you're falling into one of his snares. Because that's all that science, falsely so-called, pseudoscience, is bullshit. That's what it is. And, but 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 4, neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies. That's a fable, the DNA shit. And that mixed shit. You're mixed. No such thing. You are who your father is, but also, we have lost our heritage. So neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies which minister questions, rather than godly edifying, which is in faith so do. They minister questions. It raises questions but does not answer them. Because you can't, because we all lost our heritage. So why not the speckled birds as well? That's cut to y'all. Hey, but, I hope this live was edifying. And, hey, actually, let me get that science falsely so-called, That's one of the ways fables are pushed. Science falsely so-called. Esau's fake-ass science, which he uses also to push these poisons on y'all. Science. You think that it's legit because these so-called scientists tell you that it is. Because the FDA tells you that it is. Well, the FDA, is ran by a bunch of devils, and they lied to you. And that's this right here. That's this right here. Science falsely so-called. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 20. Yeah, hold up. It's profane babbling, man. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings. That's what it is. And oppositions of science falsely so called. Because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai knew that was coming, so he told Paul to put that in his letter to Timothy. Which that's a part of this book, because all this, this is for our learning. The things that were written aforetime is for our learning. The things that I was looking that up in the 13th tribe about them Khazars, fake rat Jews, Jewish people. With these Jewish people, it's about these Jewish people. It came out, it showed up. Amen. Hey, they're promoted by the fable that they are the Jews is promoted by what science falsely so called. That's actually the spirit right there. Call out y'all by Shem Yahushai. Let me get it though. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. All these things that was written aforetime. These scriptures, the primary example of that, These scriptures, they confirmed by secular history. You really look into it. Hey, man, but I hope this live was edifying. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim out there spreading this truth like wildfire. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners who look like the other nations, but their spirit beareth witness that they're the children of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Shalom to the real sisters out there. And shalom, stay strong, Shalom, stay strong. We almost out of here. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. We're almost at the end of this marathon. These devils going down, and it can't happen soon enough. Mawat lava ball, Mawat lava ball, Mawat lava ball, destruction of Babylon. Destruction of Babylon can't come soon enough, and it's already happening. Death to this place. Can't come soon enough, death to America. GTA. Baba ball. Can't come soon enough, and it is coming. It is coming soon. It is on its way. It is at the door. That's the patience and faith of the saints that these devils are gonna fucking pay. That's Revelation 13 verse 10. Hey, I actually open up in Romans 13 verse 10. It's like I'm in Revelation 13 verse 10. Revelation 13, Romans 13 verse 10. Your neighbor is the Israelites, right? Your neighbor is a fellow Israelite. Your brother. Have no evil eye towards your brother. That's what goes into that. But hey, man, hey, get right, Yasharala. Those that are righteous be righteous still. Those that are righteous be righteous still. Verse 11, 22, verse 11, Revelation chapter 22, verse 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. Verse 12, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his work shall be. Hey, man, you get what you get what you sow, you reap what you sow. You sow to the flesh, you reap them fleshly, them carnal consequences of death. You reap to the spirit, you get them, you get that spiritual reward. Because to be carnal minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life eternal, man. That's to be carnally minded is death. To be carnally minded is death. But to be spiritually minded, is life eternal, Life eternal, man. And all, amen. Amen. That's why he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judge of no man. That's why. That's why, you got, hey, man, the whole point of it, man, whole point of it, keep pushing, keep pushing. You know, those that are just, keep being just, keep pushing. You know, keep that hope up. You know, keep being patient. You know, sometimes you know what I mean, going through shit. You know, going through shit. Sometimes you're gonna go through shit. Sometimes, but Yahweh Shem Shai gonna find a way. Or he gonna show you a way out of it. You know, because he ain't gonna give you more than what you can handle. He ain't gonna give you more than what you can handle. You know. So, Revelation 13 verse 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. He is the patience, faith of the saints, you know. He ain't gonna give you that much. I mean, almost there. Matter of fact, let me get that. He don't tempt you beyond your ability, which is basically 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13, that but we will not. Okay, Salakia, that's the wrong one. 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13. There has no temptation taken you but such as is common to man, but Yahweh Shem Shai is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. You know, and that even in that outward temptation that's going to try everyone on the earth, he's going to make a way for you to bear it. His servant's going to eat. His servant's going to eat. You know, ain't it written? His servant's going to eat. You know. While you know, a servant's gonna eat while you're 2/3 starved. The servant's gonna eat. My servant shall eat. That's Isaiah 65. Isaiah 65, verse 13. Yeah. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall be ashamed for you 2/3. And on verse 12, therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to slaughter, because when I called ye did not answer, when I spake ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and chose wherein I delighted not, you know. As you 2/3 is bad news for y'all. Good news for the true worshipers, his actual servants, you know. That's what the message of this is. That's why it's worth it to wait. Verse 14, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of mind. Sorrow of heart, well, you lob your mind, right? Real meaning of that word, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. You know, that's y'all, you 2/3. You know, in verse 15, ye shall leave your name for a curse to my chosen. because he's gonna slay you 2/3. But for the servants, it calls servants by another name. You know, so it's worth it for for you hopeful elect. You hopeful elect men and women, keep pushing. Stay with it. Fall out, get beat with many stripes. If you stay with it, you good. You know. Let me get that. Yeah, don't fall out. Stripes. Luke 12, verse 4-7. And he, okay, let me get it. And he, okay, hold up. Yeah, verse 47, hey, let's talk about school. Talk about a servant that fall out, basically. Hey, man. And that servant which knew his, verse 20, I don't know, or maybe 47. And that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did let me read from 42. And the Lord said, Yahweh said, who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, to give them their portion of meat in due season? Verse 43, blessed is that servant, whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. So that's why you got to keep pushing. For verse 44, of a truth I say unto you, 12:44, Luke 12, chapter 12, verse 44. Amen. Y'all write this out, be that number. 44. Of a truth I say unto you, that he will make a ruler over all that he had. Hey, that crown of life, right? That's part of that, if you strive unto death, get that crown of life. You strive all ways, still alive, you make it all on them chariots. Verse 45, if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayed this coming, and shall begin to beat the manservants and maidens, do wickedness. A part of it being a lion in his own household, of course. Be wicked, basically, and to eat and drink and to be drunken, basically go back into the world, basically sit on his leaves, be set on his leaves. Verse 46, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers, because he was an unbeliever. You are unbeliever, you do that. Verse 47, and that servant which knew his Lord's will, prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beat with many stripes. That's what you're gonna earn. That's what that gets you. Verse 48. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beat with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required, and to whom men have committed much, of whom they will ask the more. So basically, you'll catch more hell in Jacob's trouble. You fall out. The nukes probably be harder for you, just for you. Just for you. It'll heat them up just for you. Hey, that's fear. How about Shimmy outside? You don't want to fall into his hands, man. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of Yahweh Shimmy outside. Hey, so I hope this live was edifying for real. I'm gonna cut it off right here. I had to keep going because of the spirit. But hey, you know, they call out Yahweh Shimmy outside for this truth. For that spirit. Call out Yahweh Shimmy outside, Hey, gotta wrap it up right here, stay strong. Akyam and Aqua. Hope for elect to keep that hope. Keep your hopes up. Keep your head up, for salvation is nearer than what we believe. Shalom. Yaharatza. We see each other later on the chariots. Yeah. Shalom. Stay strong. Yasharallah forever. Death to this wicked ass place, America, known as Babylon the Great, known as Sodom and Egypt, and also modern day Assyria in the Bible, and Rome in the Bible. And that to this place, And Yasharallah forever. We got next, we got last. So, that's something to hope for. Hope for and strive to make your election sure. That's something to keep your hopes up. Shalom. Salakia. I clicked on the link. Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Stay strong. Stay strong. We almost out of here. Keep pushing.